and welcome to another video tutorial for the Datathon. Today, we're diving into our key notebook, the Alpha Generator, and taking a detailed look at the modeling process. We begin by cleaning, structuring, and merging the raw data, setting a solid foundation for our work. Next, we derive new variables, or features, that capture the predictive signals for each stock on each date. With the enriched dataset ready, we then split it into two parts. A training set that contains both the features X and the target Y values used for fitting the model, and a prediction or test set that includes only the features which the trained model uses to forecast future stock returns. Now, let's talk about the crucial process of refitting the model. In January, the very first refit, we load the data based on the desired historical window, merge it, and create features. Then, we train our model using the complete training set. And finally, we feed the model with a corresponding prediction set to generate predictions for the entire month of January. Come February, we repeat this process. This time, however, the model is retrained by incorporating the January data along with any additional data, and the updated model is used to predict for the whole month of February. This cycle continues on a monthly basis, ensuring that our model stays current by constantly learning from the most recent data and effectively mitigating model drift. Let's jump into the Alpha Generator notebook and see the steps in action. In this notebook, we break down the entire workflow into clear modular sections. Here is an overview. Sections 1 to 5 runs a single model refit. These sections cover all the steps required to perform one complete model refit. Section 1 imports all necessary packages and sets up the paths you have access to. Section 2 automatically determines your training period by setting the train start and end dates. Section 3 reads and saves your target variable. Section 4 reads the datasets, merges them, constructs features, and defines which X feature variables to use in your model. Section 5 uses all the data transformations to split the data into a training set with both X and Y, and a prediction set with only X. It then trains the model, saves it, and generates predictions for this refit period. Remember, sections 1 to 5 are designed to cover one refit period only. For example, if you want to train your model for February 2018, you can simply adjust the pred start date and pred end date accordingly and run these sections again. Now, let's talk about how Section 6 streamlines the process of generating multiple refits. Section 6 extracts the critical parts from sections 1 to 5 and automatically saves them as new notebooks with updated prediction dates. For example, if you want monthly predictions for the period 2017 to 2018, Section 6 will create 24 separate notebooks, each one dedicated to a specific month. How does Section 6 create new notebooks? Each newly created notebook is structured with cells that include the following components. Input data defines the start and end dates for prediction. Import cell code contains all the package import statements from the base Alpha Generator notebook. Paths cell code sets up the paths you have access to. Date cell code determines the training start and end dates. Y-var cell code reads and saves your target variable. Read cell code reads in the required datasets. Merge cell code merges the datasets. Transform cell code contains the data transformation code to construct features. XVAR cell code defines the X feature variables for your model. Data cell code splits the data into training and prediction sets. Train cell code trains the model. And finally, predict cell code generates predictions using the trained model. If you look back at section 1, you'll notice a function called save cell code. This function is pivotal. It saves the contents of a cell so that section 6 can automatically include it in the new notebooks. For instance, import cell code saves all the package imports from the base alpha generator notebook. It is very important to remember that section 6 only saves the cells that are marked with save cell code. If you want to incorporate any additional elements into your model, you must put them inside the cell that uses save cell code, or add a new cell with save cell code and include it in the list of cells to be saved. For example, if you need to import a new package, ensure that the import statement is inside the cell corresponding to import cell code. Otherwise, section 6 will not include it in the newly generated notebooks. Another key detail is keeping your code updated. Save cell code assigns the contents of a cell to a variable. If you update the cell, for example, you modify your XVARs, and forgot to rerun that cell, the new changes won't be reflected in the notebooks created by section 6. Our recommendation is that once you're satisfied with your model, restart your kernel and then rerun each section. Generate the new notebooks and review them to ensure they meet your intended design. By following these guidelines, you can seamlessly generate multiple refits and maintain a consistent and reproducible modeling process. Now, let's cover the additional functionality provided by Section 6, running the notebooks in parallel. Aside from automatically creating the new notebooks, Section 6 also executes these notebooks concurrently. To take advantage of this feature, make sure that your computing nodes are turned on. Detailed instructions on enabling your nodes are available in the parallelization video. How to verify that your jobs are running. First, check the job queue. You can monitor your job submissions by typing watch-n 1s qstat-f. This command updates the job status every second. When your jobs are running correctly, you should eventually see the following 4 directories in your output directory: model, ypred, qsublogs, and notebooks. Let's proceed to troubleshooting. Missing directory. If one of these directories is missing, it indicates an error occurred during the run. Inspecting logs. Check one of the SCD error files inside the qsublogs directory to see if it reveals any clues about the error. Manual notebook run. Alternatively, open one of the created notebooks, run all its cells, and identify the point where an error occurs. Once you've pinpointed the issue, return to your original alpha generator notebook, fix the error, and then rerun all affected cells, or just the specific cell you modified. If you encounter an error that you can't resolve, feel free to reach out to any of the organizers for assistance. This streamlined process not only automates the creation of multiple notebooks, but also runs them in parallel, ensuring that your monthly predictions are generated efficiently and effectively. Now let's move on to section 7, which is all about evaluating your current model. Section 7, Model Evaluation. In this section, you can assess how well your model is performing. The steps are straightforward. First, update the testing dates. Adjust the dates for the period you want to evaluate. Second, read the return data. Begin by reading the logret F2 file. For details on why this return is chosen, refer to the evaluation part of the tutorial videos. Third, run the evaluation script. Use the evaluation.py script to calculate the relevant metrics. These metrics will help you gauge how changes in your model are affecting performance. And lastly, iterative improvement. With the evaluation metrics in hand, experiment with different model adjustments. Each iteration should bring you closer to an optimal model. Based on the results, decide which version of your model you'll ultimately submit for judging. That concludes our tutorial for the Alpha Generator Notebook. We hope this walkthrough makes it easier to understand how the Alpha Generator works. And we highly recommend getting familiar with the notebooks before the actual event. It will be a great help. Thank you and good luck.